Okay, before I start anything, I'm using a different microphone to record this, so let me know if it sounds like garbage or not. Thank you. Okay, moving on. Before I cut into the steak here, I want you to think about the times in your life when you've come up with your best ideas. Was it in the shower? During downtime at work or school? Was it right before you went to bed? If any of that sounds right, I promise this video is for you. Personally, I remember my early teens as the point in my life where I was the most creatively active, and given my recent struggles to reach that level of imagination, I've been doing a lot of thinking on what separates the me of today from the me of 2017. And while I guess it's easy to just say that kids have more imagination than adults and call it a day, I can't stand to believe it's really so cut and dry. It's possible you've seen those dopamine detox videos. Well, I did, and they set me down a short-lived rabbit hole. Eventually, I learned they aren't particularly effective, but it did introduce me to some interesting concepts about boredom in particular. More than anything, I hate being bored, and if I had to guess, I'd say you do as well. But unfortunately, as adulthood has come to teach me, often the things you hate are the answers to your biggest problems. Something important to understand about your body is that the name of the game is equilibrium. It's why you crash after having an energy drink, why you feel that sense of calm after a moment of emotional turmoil, why the longer you use a drug, the more you need to take to get the same effect. Your body wants nothing more than to maintain balance, and if you upset that balance, it will do everything it can to bring you back to the status quo. But if you are fighting your body's attempts at equilibrium, there isn't much it can do to stop you. In this day and age, there is opportunity for stimulation everywhere. You carry it around with you every day. And I don't want to turn this into a video on the evils of social media, because I'm sure we're all aware of them already, but the problem really is that damn phone. There's a reason that it's such a common trope for a stagnated artist to go off the grid in a cabin in the woods to finish their pièce de résistance. You need time to be bored. Constant external stimulation gives you no opportunity to create internal stimulation for yourself. The difference between the me of 2017 and the me of today is boredom. When I was 12, I was bored constantly. I had no social life, no phone, I'd given up on doing homework, and I was allowed an hour of screen time every day. I spent my entire life in my room with nothing to do but think. And so I was bored. I think I created more art during the 3-year period between 2017 and 2020 than I have at any other point in time. I had nothing to do but write and draw and think about writing and drawing. Now I'm addicted to my phone. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Ever since I got my first phone at 15, it has been very, very difficult to put it down. And it gets harder all the time. It certainly doesn't help that I have other vices now, such as a nicotine addiction, which is just as bad as my phone addiction. I've known for a while now that if I want to try to fix my brain, I've got to quit. And it will be hard, but that's life, isn't it? It's difficult for me to find accessible studies on this, as all of the ones that I can find are paywalled, but trust me, they are out there. I read the abstract on one such study in which they had a sample of people spend time doing a boring activity, then switch to a more thought-provoking one, so to speak. Compared to the control group, the sample that had first completed the boring activity showed more creative thinking during the second task. But it was noted that it seemed only certain kinds of people experienced this kind of brain boost. People who were described as having, quote, high learning goal orientation, high need for cognition, high openness to experience, and high internal locus of control. Now, I'm as much of a believer in science as the next person. However, I can't choose to believe that this benefit starts and ends with a certain kind of person. I'm inclined to believe this has the potential to apply to most everybody, especially in this day and age where, as I said before, we carry around doom-scrolling machines in our pockets everywhere we go. I think that for a healthy mind, you need just as much time to sit alone with your thoughts as you do time to get away from them. Which brings me back to what I mentioned before about kids being more imaginative than adults. I do think there's a kernel of truth in that notion. Being less knowledgeable about the world gives you infinite possibilities for answers to your questions, so you're bound to have a broader imagination. However, I think there is a little more to it than that. It feels impossible to have time to yourself as an adult. You're always occupied, whether it be with work, your education, or keeping up with your social life. It's hard to find any downtime to just let yourself be bored. But children don't have those kinds of responsibilities. They have nothing but downtime. And I don't know about you, but I remember being bored a lot as a kid. So if you're feeling at all like you've stagnated creatively, I think it's more than worth a shot to try to find some time in your life to be bored. I know how hard it can be to put the phone down or close the laptop, but I think that the potential for improvement outweighs that temporary discomfort. If you made it this far, thank you for watching and taking a chance on my video. It really does mean a lot, as apparently most people click off after about 30 seconds of watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe, and if you have any ideas for improvement or video topics, leave them in the comments. This lets me know you're interested in my videos, and it also helps boost me in the algorithm. If you want to leave hate comments, you can do that as well, because it still does boost me in the algorithm. Also, sorry for the long wait between this video and my last one. I had a lot going on with court stuff and final exams, which I honestly might make a video about just for the sake of it, but I'm ready to get back to uploading. I have a lot of fun writing these scripts, so I'm excited to make many more. Again, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.